Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are continuing my series of Ninjago crystallized episode reviews by taking a look at episode 16 of the entire season, entitled Darkness Within. My goal for this review is to just give my thoughts on this episode, talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and finally towards the very end of the video, I will give the episode a score out of 10, according to my own opinion, of course. And as usual, this review will indeed contain spoilers for the episode at hand. If you guys have not yet seen this episode, I would highly recommend watching it before you continue with this review. It'll still be here by the time you get back, might just make for a better experience overall. So Darkness Within, I have some thoughts on this episode. This episode overall was very interesting, and overall it just acts as kind of setup, I guess I'll say, for the rest of the events of Ninjago Crystallized Part 2. For the good, I really enjoyed the teamwork going on here with the ninja especially. After the last episode, they are seemingly trapped with no point of exit, but of course Nia saves them after the team works together to make it out of there alive. It's a pretty heartwarming scene of teamwork. Nia eventually reunites with the ninja and flies away with them, riding on top of the Samurai X-Mech, which kind of reminded me of the earlier days when the ninja did that back during season 1, and of course crashed in the desert similarly to how they crashed in this episode. So that's another really cool part about this episode. Lots of nostalgic vibes going on here, especially relating back to Ninjago season 1 and season 2. We will jump into that here later on. And also you do get the family reuniting. The ninja team do reunite with each other in the Samurai X cave. The ninja reunite with Master Wu, Pixel, Skylar. Obviously they met up with Nia earlier, but I loved that scene. The Samurai X cave meetup scene is awesome because the entire team is basically back together with the exception of Lloyd, who still needs to be rescued desperately. But overall, I liked the family reuniting scene. A little bit exposition heavy there with the ninja trying to get caught up to speed with everything, and it did feel a little repetitive, but we'll get more into that here in a little bit. Also, towards the end of the episode, you had the entire Crystal King ritual with the golden weapons becoming crystallized, for lack of a better term, and I loved the ritual scene. Very creepy, very mysterious, and of course the Crystal King, otherwise known as the Overlord, makes himself known to Lloyd in this episode and steps out of the shadows fully in his new physical form. And of course, his epic return is brought to us by a very clever line of dialogue. The Crystal King, or the Overlord, uses a line that Lloyd said to him back during season 2 during their final battle, "This ends now." Lloyd just kind of sits there helpless as his greatest villain returns, and I just loved how that was set up there. It gave me goosebumps, not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Crystal King absolutely stomps on Ninjago in future episodes. In terms of the bad, yeah, this episode had some weaker areas, not really a perfect episode by any means. I did think the scene in which the ninja were trying to escape the rubble went on for a little bit too long. I was just kind of waiting for them to get back to the Crystal King stuff, but they do get rescued pretty quickly. The episode is not really a bad episode because of those scenes, don't get me wrong there. As I've said as well, the exposition is kind of a little bit too repetitive, not really needed in my opinion. For example, the audience already knows the monastery burnt down. We saw that happen last episode. But of course, we get a couple of different scenes of that being explained to the ninja. Also with Harumi being back again, yep, they need to tell that to more characters now. Again, some of this exposition could have just happened off screen and it would have been a million times better. Also, this might be just me, but did anybody else get a little bit annoyed by Jay in this episode? I thought his singing was very much in character, but not really needed given the situation. Again, most of what I see wrong with this episode can just be seen as minor nitpicks, but those negative aspects did take me out of the episode, so I thought they were worth mentioning. Also, this isn't really a positive or a negative, I just thought it was kind of funny, but there's a scene in which Harumi and Lloyd are arguing. Harumi mentions how the Great Devourer ruined her life and all that fun stuff, and in the background you just see Pythor just standing there not saying anything. You gotta wonder what he was thinking in that moment in time. In terms of a score for this episode, like I said, this episode was pretty solid overall, with a couple of minor nitpicks here and there. I think the episode deserves maybe an 8 out of 10 in terms of a score. I think that's a fair score to give this episode. Not a perfect episode by any means, but still relatively good, and it had some really epic moments in there, especially towards the very end with the Crystal King coming back officially, or, you know, the Overlord. So with that being said, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you all so much for watching this review. Leave all your thoughts down below regarding what you thought about the episode and what you thought of the video itself, and I appreciate you guys watching this review. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again later. Peace.